Much better than I thought it was going to be, honestly.
It's
Uh,
fun.
it's you know what's interesting though?
Yes.
It's going to be great, but I have a feeling that when Star Citizen releases, it'll take it to another level, which really kind of bums me out.
Star Citizen may one up
But
it.
come again?
I said Star Citizen may one up it.
Yeah, because there's a couple things I did in Star Citizen that already that I wish I could do in here, and I haven't even played Star Citizen very much. Again,
No.
I'm not saying this is a bad game. This is really good,
Oh,
but
have you seen
it's
all of the
interesting.
new Alien content that they've added or added?
In Star Citizen,
No, in Elite Dangerous,
this is the
they've had
second.
First Contact.
This is basically the second real time that I've played this.
Oh, they've added a lot. They have a race called Thargoids that were basically coming into like First Contact encounters with, or just encounters of the third kind of shit, and
Huh?
they run in kind of a H.R. Geiger-esque inspired ship style. They're
Mm-hmm.
kind of semi-organic, but they're flower-esque in their design,
Interesting.
and it's usually a really interesting combination. What is your method of getting money so far that you're using?
I've been doing mostly data missions, and I'm about to engage. I'm getting to system. Hold on one second. I have to disengage Hyper.
Okay, you're fine.
Disengage FSM.
I love voice commands. That's awesome.
Right.
Entered normal space close to pop-up installation.
Okay.
I have the Eddie plugin for voice attack, and it gives you so much information. It's great. For instance, I was passing through this system on my way to my closer to where my final destination needs to be, and it told me that I could sell my gold for like a 17,000 credit profit. So I was like, all right, I'm there.
Uh,
I'll go there.
if you want to earn money quickly as a starter ship, they have a co-pilot system, and you could hop into my ship as literally just a passenger,
Mm-hmm.
as a bystander to me bounty hunting ships. And instead of, as normally if you're in a wing, it splits the bounty equal ways in between all members of the party.
Hold on
If I
one
was
second.
in my
Hold on.
gold ship,
Request docking.
oh, you're cheating. You have a computer.
Ah.
Or are you running a docking computer, or are you running manual landing?
Oh, I do manually landing. I no, that just asked for the docking so that I didn't have to do it manually myself.
Okay. That's nifty.
Yeah, it's voice attack. So you play on the PC though, right?
Yes. So do
Okay.
I enjoy it quite a bit. I'm up to using I could get a Federal assault ship right now, which is probably up there in the higher echelons of PvP. I have not modded it out because they're called engineers that basically allow you to add statistics or bonuses to all of your equipment,
Uh-huh.
or add new things that are just outright better. And there are loadouts that give you ballistic weapons that are just basically miniguns all over the place,
Uh-huh.
and enhance the fire rate and damage out the wazoo, and just boat like 80 of them, and that in and of itself is a PvP build.
Nice. Give me a moment here. I'm landing, but I'm actually streaming, so you can watch it on my Twitch stream if you want to see how terrible I'm doing.
Ah, you're fine.
Um,
But
3, 2.
are you running with a joystick, or what do you use?
Docking complete.
I'm just using the mouse and keyboard right now. I have my Steam controller, which I could use, or my joystick. But, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, what if I play it somewhere else? What if I play it on my laptop and I don't have those things? Mouse and
Then you'll be
keyboard, you
really
always have.
upshit creek.
Market price
Yeah, you know,
refresh
it's...
received.
Hold on one second.
You can sell your
Market price
gold for a
refresh.
profit of 18,080 credits.
It went
The
up!
local market is selling beryllium at a good price,
18,000.
as well as gallium and uranium.
If you look up on YouTube,
Uh-huh.
if you're looking to make quick and dirty money, I think the latest thing, they have a few exploitable missions that you can get in certain systems.
Uh-huh.
And due to the way that the mechanic spawns the missions, you can stack They patched it where you can only stack about 6 at a time now, but that's still a huge amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Is you can get planet-side scanning missions where you use a moon rover to scan data nodes,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll go planet-side, and the payout for every mission is upwards in 700,000.
You have
to
just
1.2
sold 2
million.
tons of gold at
Per mission.
9,040 credits per ton for a
And I
total of
think the only thing you need to
18,080
do
credits with a
is
profit
be a
of
certain rank
1,168
with,
credits.
Fed system faction.
Well, are you with anyone right now?
I'm on MWO with Azura right now.
No, I meant faction-wise in ED.
Zachary Hudson.
Okay. Because I'm kind of on a covert mission. I can't speak about it, but there's definitely some interesting stuff that I'm supposed to do.
It's better.
If you wanted to, well,
Are you Alliance or Federal?
right now I have done some missions for the feds. Oh, dude. So check this out.
Yes.
So my friend got me into this, and he set up my ship, and so I was looking for some people to shoot.
Are you in open or private play?
I'm in solo right now, but probably next ship I'll probably go open. It just depends on how everything's going.
Open has its own desires. Oh, one thing that recommends that you could do, there are people that are little troll gremlins in open, and they'll use sidewinders, and if you're going above the speed limit within port entering, if you collide with someone, it counts as a hostile action, and the feds will nuke you. So, obey the speed limit at all times.
Yeah. Yeah,
especially this is especially for large freighters, because there are people that'll haul, like, they'll get to the point where they'll have a cargo ship that can freight so much material at a time that they'll be spending like 20 million to make 25. But it's still probably one of the better methods of making money. You'll set up a cargo chain and then ferry resources from base to base, and then people will do this in open, and trolls with sidewinders will collide with you while you're in docking.
Do you sell stuff to the cartographics?
I do not run a exploration ship.
Oh.
I'm purely bounty hunting right now.
Gotcha. Yeah,
exploration
I just
data
made
for
51,000
systems sold for on the way to 52,000 credits.
Then again, I'm on a long
most
journey,
I've
so.
ever seen anyone make with cartographic scanning is a long-range exploration ship to
yeah, of course.
deep core space.
And
a round trip that probably took 2 days, and they made about 79 million in one trip.
Nice.
But that's with like all the data stacked, and you have to deal with the hazards of black holes, fuel shortages, possible hostile alien contact.
Well, I
I
do have a fuel skimmer, or a scoop, which is pretty sick. And
the better one you have, the faster your fuel.
Come again?
I said the better your fuel scoop, or the higher the grade your fuel scoop. Your current slot, the faster your fuel will gain. If you're a cheap Azoid and you're like me, you'll have it in a slot too, and you basically have to spend the better part of 5 or 6 minutes orbiting I don't know the class of gas giants, but you have to orbit an active you have to orbit a specific star type. They can't be round dwarves, pulsars, white dwarves. It's a very specific star, and it can't be a supergiant either.
Right. Divert power to engines.
Channeling power to engines.
What?
I said being able to do that in mid-combat is very useful.
Oh yeah.
Without having to divert away from controls to do that, and you can maintain target on someone.
Yeah, it makes life a little bit easy. It's definitely slick. Give me one moment here as I pull out stops and see if I can get a. Oh man, still getting a bad read on that star. If I can get to here.
Honestly, I've never done exploration.
Come on,
I've
give me.
done,
God damn it.
Oodles of. Are you having trouble getting within scanning range without dropping out of FTL and dying?
No, I just had a. Oh, here it is. Is that the one I was headed to? I just. Hold on. There we go. Bear with me. This guy. I'm working into range. Ah, frick, no. Maybe I can't make. I bet I can't make that jump. Come on, come on, come on.
It'll tell you. It won't let you if you can't.
Route failed. I can make it over here, so why is that route not showing?
What's your unladen jump range?
Oh, here we go. Oh, wait, that's where I'm at. And is it still plotting towards my final? Give me one moment here. I don't know this map system well enough to understand the final destination here, which I already have plotted. It's a.
It'll daisy chain your route from system to system.
Yeah.
And it will give you the coordinate of the system that you need to lock onto for jumping.
No, I know that, but for
okay.
when I stopped to go to that one station, I don't know how to pick up my route easily.
It keeps your route even if you dock with station. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Sometimes when you dock with station, it delocks it on your heads up. So when you're chaining from station to station, if you target lock station for docking and then undock and then go out, you don't have your destination hooked up.
Right, I think that's what's happening. Well, what if I do this?
But I've had it do that before, and most of the time I usually just replot.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but I don't know it that well. So here we go. It's in my list. Beautiful.
Picking it up the first time that I played.
Oh shoot. I'm a little bit off target. Come on. I'm good. There we go. Let's jump it up. Are you watching my stream?
No, I am not, but I can be. Did you send a link?
It's my Twitch. Yeah, I can give it to you while I jump here. I just had to do it quickly because,
telemetry obtained.
You know.
Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the Coreway system. You have entered Federation space.
Right?
This is your first visit to the system.
It is.
Coreway is a Federation democracy home to nearly 704 million people. Democrats of Coreway is the immediate faction. There are 2 orbital stations and 3 planetary stations in the system.
Deceptively large when you warp in, and it's easy to die horribly.
Information. Coreway is undergoing a boom.
Give me one moment here. It's being loud as it's giving me the information. You're going to hear it on the stream. And I'm skimming from this star on my way by. Is 18 a second? I wonder. Never. Hold on. I have to do so much stuff here. Come on. A second.
Love that game.
Come on. I'm gonna hear myself as well on the stream as well.
Pandora's Eagle fully
refueled.
refueled.
Alright, here we go. Pause it. There we go, so I don't have to hear that. Get back to the game. Reorient to my location. Engage FSM.
Toggling FSM system.
Alright. Good deal. Alright.
I absolutely love that game. I'd probably say my favorite weapon combination.
Uh-huh.
But that's using on a really curious ship. It's a... Yours is about in the same-ish as that ship
Jump
is,
in
except
progress.
it's heavily armored.
Pandora's Eagle is en route to the JASREV sector PT-RB4-7 system. You are no longer in Federation space.
I actually don't know that,
Because
but I
This
can
is your
tell
first
you.
visit to the system.
Look at your hard points for
This
weapons.
system is
I have
unpopulated.
3 hard points, and I've already augmented the weapons. Hold on. Bear with. Let me just top off here. I have 3 weapons. I have 2 fixed small pulse lasers on the bottom, if I'm not mistaken, and a That's a multi-cannon, gimbaled on top.
This is small or medium.
Hold on, I believe it's small.
Okay, you're in an Eagle Mark II. There's a distinct difference between an Eagle and an Eagle that's an Imperial variant because it actually gives you a medium hard point.
Oh, wow.
Your, center on the bottom, and most of the AI ones that I've seen will mount a railgun.
Pandora's Eagle fully
and then
refueled.
Both multi-cannons. And AIs tend to be aim bots. And make
Engage
them
FSM?
really
Toggling
overpowered,
FSM
but
system.
Okay, yeah, that's...
Unless you're a really good crack shot in dogfights, you'll be at a disadvantage. Another thing that you'll see is people in PvP will run their entire time playing in flight assist off, and all inertia ship are not compensated
Destination
for,
confirmed.
and whatever direction you send the
Pandora's
ship
Eagle is traveling to the Hambula system.
and it adds a lot
This
of
is your
variables
first visit to the
be aware of
system.
when you're playing, and I've tried
Hambula
it.
is a Federation
But
corporate
I
of nearly
usually have it
17.5 million
toggle it
people,
off when I'm
controlled
trying
by
to do,
Zachary Hudson.
hard
Hambula
turns or
Blue
something.
Advanced
Uh-huh.
Industry
But
is the
there are
controlling
people
faction.
that are so
There are
good
2
at
orbital
playing this
stations and
that
2
in
planetary
dogfighting,
stations
they
in the
just
system.
play with it off entirely, the
Mhm.
entire the whole fucking time, and they will outmaneuver you all day. I tried to open once in Vultures, and someone was doing that, and they were running fixed hard points, which means fixed basically have like a 30% damage increase over gimbaled, and then turreted weapons have basically like a 50% decrease in efficiency compared to fixed weapons, if you want to look at it that way. The weapons going down from fixed become less and less effective in damage, but gimbaled is your best middle ground. And if you were to engineer up the weapons, you might be able to make them perform as though they were a standard fixed weapon, but not exactly. Just pretty damn close.
Interesting. Come on, give me my fuel. Just about there. I'm gonna break off an S-turn this bitch.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Yeehaw!
Isn't it fun circling a star doing that?
Yeah, you have to be so careful though.
Yeah? Yeah.
Alright.
I'll give you a hint.
Engage
If
FSM.
you know that yellow
Toggling
line
FSM
between the stars?
system.
If you keep fuel scoop active, that text line with the very edge of that, you can circle the star. I think the only thing that you ever need to worry about is your heat on your ship.
Yeah.
You have to break off and come back while you're
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Destination confirmed.
When I get there, I just orbit
Pandora's
it until
Eagle
I'm
is
full, and then I
heading to the
bail out to my
ETA
next
CPI system.
destination.
You are entering Federation
It'll
space.
be interesting to see what happens
This
when I
is
get
your
this
first
far.
visit
I
to
mean,
the system.
the commander that brought me in,
156,000
he
people, controlled by Zachary Hudson.
hold on.
ETA CPI Galactic Partners is the immediate power. There is a single orbital station and 5 planetary stations in the system.
Okay, he wants to see me in a
ETA
vulture.
CPI is undergoing a boom.
Yes, that
There
is
might be some good trading
premier
profits
bounty
to be made here.
Yeah.
And it's available-
Is that a
available
multi?
at the
Is that multi-roll?
No, it is basically purely bounty hunting.
Yeah.
If you want scaling up in terms of multi-role ships, the Cobra Mark II and the Cobra, I would qualify as multi-role. The Cobra Mark II is severely limited in maneuverability versus the Cobra. The next ship up from that is
Pandora's
a,
Eagle fully refueled.
ASP Explorer and an ASP Scout. An ASP Scout has high maneuverability with limited weapon hard points. It isn't meant for extreme combat. In terms of maneuverability, it is as fast and maneuverable as the ship you're in with increased survivability. If you wanted a hard upgrade in comparison to that, it's a lot more.
Well, he wants me. He knows
But,
my
the
tactical
Vulture-
prowess, so he wants me to go, you know, that hard combat role probably.
The Vulture
But-
is a fighter, a superiority fighter.
Exactly.
It's meant to outmaneuver your target. Now you want to maintain, you want to have maximum engine size in it if you can afford it. Otherwise, people are going to outgain you because Imperial Eagles are at the top of the Eagle Mark IIs and Imperial Eagles are at the top of the food chain when it comes to fighter superiority. They can float like they're really maneuverable.
Destination
and they can make
confirmed.
tight leading turns. And
Pandor's
the only
Eagle
way
is
you're
en
going
route to
be
the
able keep up
Aldramine
with
system.
one of the Vulture is having
You
max
are leaving
engine power.
Federation space.
And
This is your first visit to the system.
sometimes you'll have to
Humans
fly
have yet to
stop
colonize
hard
the
to
system.
keep up with one if they're out turning you. Now, certain ships can outfly you, despite the fact you can move really fast. There are certain ships that just can nose in quicker than you can move. And one of them that can do that is an Anaconda. And also a Fer-de-Lance. And a Fer-de-Lance is basically like
Pandora's
the
Eagle
version
fully
of a
refueled.
bounty hunting ship. Because they're basically the closest thing that I can equate to them is basically like a Ferrari. They're just an expensive ship, and there's very few ships available from that manufacturer. I think there's like 2, and it's like a hauling ship that's basically like a space trucker, and then that one. And of the more exotic variety, it actually has a single huge hardpoint, or a large hardpoint that it can use versus other ships of a medium class variety, and it allows it to effectively hunt ships that are basically like Corvette size without something. If you're using medium weapons
Telemetry
on
obtained.
a medium ship, your damage will
Pandora's
be
Eagle is in
just
transit to
plain.
the Hyperion
You
system.
won't suffer any.
This is your first visit
You
to
won't
the
suffer any
system.
penalties. But if you're using
Hyperion
medium
is a
weapons
Federation
on a large
democracy
ship,
supporting just over 32,500 people, controlled by Zachary Hudson.
They're like
Hyperion
class-sized
Star
ships you have to
Alliance
worry
is the
about, but most of
controlling
ships you'll
faction.
see are medium.
There
If
are
you're
2
using
orbital
medium weapons
stations
on
in
a
the
large
system.
ship, you're going to like take forever to kill them.
Information.
Not super
Hyperion
long,
is
but, like,
financially bust.
Also, something to note is that energy weapons do better versus shields, and ballistic weapons do better versus armor.
Figures. That's cool. Why I have two lasers and 1 ballistic.
It
that
works
I
well.
think makes a good balance.
Weapons, but if you love doing dogfighting and love the challenge of it and don't want to be bored, you could run fixed. But multi-cannons can be a challenge and a half to lead in combat and do it consistently.
Pandora's
and not
Eagle
waste ammo.
refueled.
That's a challenge, and I'm too lazy to do it, and I use gimbaled weapons in tandem with lasers, because if you're using multi-cannons and then trying to use like a fixed beam laser in tandem with them, you can only use one or the other. You can't use both at the same time, because if you're using a laser, you basically have to keep the nose of your ship perfectly straight with the target, and you can't.
And when you're using
Telemetry
the
obtained.
yeah, that's why I have a
Pandora's Eagle
gimbaled
is in transit
multi-cannon
to the
and fixed
LHS-535
lasers.
system. You have entered Federation space. This is your
Because
first visit
but
to
you're
the
right,
system.
because if you're
LHS-535
pointing
is a
on because the
Federation
laser's
democracy
immediate,
on the way to 3
you would
million
totally
souls,
miss with your
controlled
cannons,
by
so that would
Zachary
suck.
Hudson.
Yeah.
Hyperion
do.
Star Alliance is the
Now,
controlling power.
If you want
There is 1 orbital
two
station
weapons
in
that
the
kind
system.
of synergize half well, railguns are
Information.
flat trajectory.
LHS-535 is financially bust.
They would kind of synergize well. But another thing as a recommendation that I've seen on a great number of YouTube videos for bounty hunting is go to a high-intensity resource extraction site and then look for high-value targets when you scan them on the contact menu, and then wait for the cops to engage them, and then right when the cops have whittled them down to about 10% of their active roll,
Swoop in and help out.
yeah, swoop in and then poach the kill.
Yeah.
And
Well, you know what's interesting? I inadvertently did that. So my first
Heat
hold on.
levels beyond operating tolerance.
Don't overheat. I don't want you to die real quick.
No, I just read
Pandora's
the
Eagle refueled.
edge.
Your heat can burn for a while. You don't like immediately implode like you would on NWO. If
You just take damage though, don't you?
You just take passive damage until all your components explode. The worst
Right.
thing that can happen is your cockpit going out, and that's an annoyance and a half to try to work your way out of. If
Right.
you have like high-grade life support, your life support will basically last for 25 minutes until you can find the station.
I have okay grade, 5 minutes.
Telemetry obtained.
Okay, you might make
Pandora's
it.
Eagle is traveling to the
No!
Sophu system.
Oh, dude, I should tell you what happened.
This is
So,
your first visit to the system.
we got sidetracked from my
Sophu
story.
is a Federation
So-
corporate of over
Hold
76,000 people.
Give me a
allied
moment.
with Edmund
This star
Mott.
I'm gonna take,
Sophu Legal Commodities is the immediate faction.
hold on. Let me
There are
scoop
2
this, and then
orbital
I'm gonna
stations and 2 planetary stations in the system.
buy myself some time on the way to the next star to tell you the story.
Information.
It'll be
Sophu
cool
is
for the-
undergoing a boom.
I
There
also
might
stream
be
as
some
well.
good trading profits to be made here.
Hold on. Oh shit, there's lots of contacts over here. Shit. Kinda don't want to get engaged.
Okay, something to note. While you're in transit on a system, as soon as you warp into a sector, it will tell you the active security level of that system.
Yep.
Unless it's medium or unless it's low or in a state of anarchy, I wouldn't worry too much. But
Okay.
another thing to say is your combat level will gauge how often
Pandora's
people
Eagle fully
randomly,
refueled.
drop you out
Heat
of,
levels beyond
FPL.
operating tolerance.
Another thing to note is the ship you're in is very easy to avoid ships attacking you.
Right.
Due to your maneuverability, it's just really easy. Oh, here's something that I want to tell you that it took me a long time to figure out, and
Sure.
this will help you in open play and in private playing. High-waking out to another system rather than actively re-engaging FTL within system does not slow you down from nearby mass. So if you're trying to high-wake out from a target, say you're jumping to another system, you
Right.
can do this while you're in the middle of dogfighting, and it will not slow you down on your warp.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
Nice.
if you try to re-engage Super Cruise in system and someone's near you, it will take you forever. And it'll say, like, nearby mass is inhibiting work or something like
Okay.
that. And it's more efficient to find a system and then high-wake out to the nearest star than it is to try to re-engage Super Cruise and only to have them pull you out a second time.
Gotcha.
And
Hey,
what
quick
I
question.
Go ahead.
On weapon systems, on the modules,
Yes.
the priority numbers, the higher it is, the more priority it has.
Okay. Basically what I've discovered is when you engage weapons, the priority is what systems shut down when powers exceed tolerance. And basically any number below 3 or at 3, when you engage weapons, if that power system was consuming too much power and your weapon draw needed to be maintained, it will shut off those systems if they're set to 3.
So I should
So-
set pulse on. Hold on.
You want your weapon shielding and life support, as well as frameshift drive is technically optional, but like if you're
Need
having
out.
problems with
Right.
Weapons,
Uh-huh.
set your weapons to 1 and set your cargo latch or your or I think that's what it's called. Yeah, your cargo hatch.
Wait, one is the best or one is the?
One is a primary system.
Okay.
And it will keep power to that. So what you want to do is if you're having problems with power, you can set your frame shift drive to 3, but you won't be able to warp out in combat.
All right.
But
What?
that will give you extra power. If
Gotcha.
if you like when you engage weapons, your whole HUD starts flashing red and shit powers down, and your life support comes on. You'll probably want to turn off your cargo hatch and your frame shift drive. And if you just have
What, Chana? What? Hold on a moment here. Let me see what my timeout from this start. 12 days? I had some time. I'll be right back. Ah, freaking hell, seriously?
Nox, you there? Okay. I was checking. Damn. Dude. I love the Scorch I'm in. Laguna had to run off for a minute. Sorry, potato.
Alright, coming back. So, let me tell you the story. So, my friend set up my my bird, and I made some money, some quick money, and I was able to get the eagle. It's like, okay, great. So we had the eagle. Finally, I'm to a point where it's like, oh, I'm gonna go look at some, I'm gonna engage some people, right? So I wanted to find someone who's wanted, per the row of the organization I'm with, and I finally find someone who's wanted, right? But he has 2 people in his wing. So I look at the people in the wing. There's an eagle. There is him and someone else. I forget what the other ones were. But I knew I could take them as long as I took the eagle. And I conferred with my friend. He was like, yeah, you can do that. So I get ready to take them. I fire the first shot, except it shuts everything down. Everything. And I'm like, what's going on, man? It's like, I don't know. So everything's shut down. I'm on life support. 5 minutes left. It's counting down. 4 minutes left. I'm going through menu after menu. We try rebooting the bird. Not working. It's like, oh, shit.
You're having power management problems.
Right? So we go over to the modules. We disable, I forget what we had. There was a couple that were, not 100% needed. So we disabled whatever. Then we got everything back online. Of course, they're gone by that point. So I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So I check the weapons. I make sure, hey, look, I can fire. Great, okay. So then I'm going along. My friend's no longer with me, but I find this guy who's wanted. I move up behind him. I engage. I destroy him. Great, awesome. So I'm on a roll. I see another ship. It looks big, but let's check it out. It's a federal cruiser. Nope, that's against our row, right? So I'm not going to engage him. So I'm like, okay. So I loop around. I head on out. But then I see this guy engaging the federal cruiser. I'm like, what the fuck, man? That's messed up. So I asked for clarification on our row and whether I could assist a federal ship. I was given the A-OK. I freaking engaged that enemy like a just like a bat out of hell. I just streamed in there, freaking all of my weapons on him, a turn or two. I screamed out. I was doing a big old loop, screaming in again. I killed the motherfucker. And since the federal ship was helping me kill him, I got the bounty. Dude,
How high was his bounty? Pretty insane.
About 113,000 credits.
Okay, on high value bounties like anacondas, when you're in high resource extractions, that's generally the norm that you're going to see, unless you're using a bounty scanner. And then the highest I've ever seen is 200K. And
nice.
That was once, but like the baseline of high value ones that I've seen is like 150 to nearly 100,000 is what you'll make.
Right.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was just crazy. I was like, oh, sick, you know. Okay, shoot. Time to pay attention. I'm in jump. Woo!
Jump in progress.
Have you seen,
Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the Bataricala system.
I don't think so.
You are no longer in Federation space. This is your first visit to the system.
It looks like
there is no human presence here.
It looks like the ships are coming out of basically like a portal with ink behind it, or kind of. Have you seen?
Hold on. Wait. Oh, you're talking about the key locks?
No. I'm talking capital class ships.
Oh no, I don't think I've seen those. like I said, this is only my second real time playing it. Alright, I haven't even played through the tutorials, but it's all good. I'm learning as I go.
Oh, you'll learn a lot and have fun doing it. I think the biggest thing I learned to not do is engage a wing of 3 Imperial Eagles unless I had support.
Right.
I came
Pandora's
into a
Eagle
really
fully
slim
refueled.
fight and won in a Vulture versus 3 Imperial Eagles. And came out of it with about 40% hull integrity, but I killed all 3 of them.
Well, the Vulture seems like a pretty sick craft. It does seem pretty good.
Oh, it's... The big thing about it is it has just insanely intense shield strength. The only thing that comes par for the core with high shield strength is the higher your shield strength, kind of the longer it takes for it to regen. And the Vulture sits at like 400 megajoules for shield strength, whereas other ships have like similar class 50. So it
Telemetry
has,
obtained.
It has insane shield
Pandora's
strength,
Eagle is traveling to the Akhenaten
system.
system.
Corvettes,
This is your first visit to this system. Akhenaten is a federation corporate of 5 million people. Crimson Comms Commodities is the controlling power. There are 2 orbital stations in the system.
To maintain power to all your subsystems.
I would bet.
Kind of juggling what level of system you want in your ship.
Right.
Because you can't have too many things in that ship. Because the engines kind of take literally 40 or 60% of your active power that you can work with. And then if you're trying to put in like high-grade weapons, like I said, you've got to juggle subsystems. And what I do with the Vulture is basically, once you enter combat, escape is not an option. You're dedicated. Because I have to turn off my frame shift drive and cargo hatch to enter combat and activate my weapons.
What does turning off your cargo hatch do?
It takes about 3% off of your active power.
No, but I mean,
Pandora's Eagle
as
fully
far
refueled.
as functionally.
You also can't scoop cargo with it if it's off. You'll have to turn it on.
Yeah, that's one of the first things we turned off, and then I have it as a low priority right now in my setup so that it'll go offline.
I would strip it off of my ship if it were possible.
Cargo hatch?
I don't have any cargo holds on my ship for my bounty.
Okay. Right.
I literally have no benefit from having it on my ship. And the funniest thing I've ever seen somebody do is Vulture with
Jump in progress.
And,
Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the LP-51-17 system. You are entering Federation space. This is your first visit to the system. LP-51-17 is a Federation corporate with a population of over 12 million souls. LP-51-17 and Co. is the controlling faction. There are 3 orbital stations and a lone planetary station in the system.
For their energy generator out of the entire
Information,
ship, make the whole thing dead in the water.
LP-51-17 is in civil war. Caution is advised.
They can't do anything.
Nice.
And then you'll just get the bounty because the ship explodes. It's hilarious. And I saw him do this to about 3 large ship classes. It was hilarious.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
How does my stream look, by the way?
Multitasking. I was dicking with a. Have you seen the newest mechs out of the Civil War update?
Yep.
Okay. Have you messed with the
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Have I messed with what?
Have you messed with Rack 5s and ATMs and heavy lasers? And...
Yeah, ATM 3s are my favorite. I love the sound that heavy lasers make. And the rack weapons, while interesting, really don't warrant use. They're mostly just being spammed by people. They're basically bringing the macro spam that everyone hated into legitimacy.
It's a primary weapon.
Yep.
I
mean, it's a cool idea. I just don't think it works well in the game.
Is due to the fact that it works so heavily for armor. I would think a front-loaded Atlas D
Telemetry obtained.
Or a whatever.
Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the LHS-1167 system.
Me and Knox tested it out.
This is your first visit to the system.
LHS-1167
is a Federation democracy with a population of 150,000 people. Social LHS-1167 Future is the immediate faction. There are 2 orbital stations and a single planetary station in the system.
You're basically drawing all the
information. LHS-1167 is undergoing a boom. There might be some good trading profits to be made here.
You can't really use
Pandora's Eagle
while
refuel.
you're channeling death with autocannons with that, because they're basically the only thing you're going to be using.
Right.
Firing. Outside of maybe using a high-grade cool shot or something to bump your heat down to manageable levels.
Right.
The only way that I've seen to do that is just basically
jump in progress.
Cool shot after you do that.
Pandora's Eagle is en route to the HIP 4907 system.
This
is your first visit to the system. HIP 4907 is a Federation corporate home to on the way to 17 million people.
ATMs, if they were to
HIP 4907 Commodities is the local power. There is 1 orbital station and 2 planetary stations in the system.
Right outside of 120, you're going to be doing 3 times the normal damage.
Information.
With the missiles.
HIP 4907 is undergoing a boom. There might be some good trading profits to be made here.
On a Scorch. And people will go, huh, look, a fucking learn boat, get fucked, and then just proceed to roll
Pandora's
up on
Eagle
base.
refueled.
The closer they get, the faster they die. And the reaction is like, I'm gonna back up now, and it's like, too fucking late, you're gonna die. I'm running a Scorch
Destination
right now
confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the CFI Sector KR-WB1-2 system. You are leaving Federation space. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here.
Gotcha.
But outside of using the Vulture, which is probably going to be your closest affordable upgrade to the ship that you're currently in, if I were to recommend basically a hard upgrade to the Vulture, but you have to basically suck dick on the Federal side for a long time before you can get high enough rank to get access to the ship, is a Federal Assault. And it's able to mount 2 large hard points and I think 2 medium, which is basically a pretty fair to middle into decent upgrade to what a Vulture can do. It also has basically, if you compare it to a Vulture, it basically, to the mobility profile, it basically has 10% slower response versus the ship. I mean, it's highly maneuverable for the ship it is.
Okay.
And it's, I think you can qualify it as a large ship class, but it's super mobile, what you can do with it. And a lot of what I've seen people will do is they'll boat whole shield that it can equip aren't very good.
So question. What happens, what does Copilot do?
Copilot gives you an extra energy pip, as well as having the person run any gimbaled weapon you actually have assigned.
Pandora's Eagle
Really?
fully refueled.
Subsystems for you.
That is cool.
Your subsystem power, I thought that was annoying as hell. They only control the single pip that they're allocated, but you get an extra power pip that they control that they can put into any system. So you have the basically 246 that you have access to for the little squares, and you can like divvy them out like fourths, halves, and quarters.
All right. How many co-pilots can you have?
You can have 2 if you're running a large ship, kind of like the Anaconda or the Dreadnought.
Now my ship's a single ship though, right?
Imperial
Destination
Eagle,
confirmed.
The
Pandora's Eagle is en route to the CFI Sector KR-WB1-1 system. You are leaving Federation space.
Hold on, I'm leaving.
This is your first visit to the system.
Interesting.
Humans have yet to colonize the system.
Humans have yet to colonize the system.
There's quite a few uncolonized areas of space, but there are in the Pleiades Nebula, like almost 200 to 300 light years out of occupied space for the major kind of
Pandora's Eagle fully
bubble
refueled.
of occupied space is. There's a like basically a observation and a research chain of outposts leading out to the Pleiades Nebula, as well as a habitated system way out there. But you basically have to follow the daisy chain of occupied systems to get to it without running out of fuel. Or fuel scooping like a badass.
Yeah, I'm fuel scooping my ass all the way. I don't know how many light years I'm even jumping with this. Like, honestly, I've jumped through about 7 or 8 stars now.
Are you just exploring?
No, I'm getting into the system that my guy wants me in.
If you get
Destination
enough money,
confirmed.
I would recommend that you get a
Pandora's
Diamondback
Eagle is
storage
traveling to
and
the
taxi
38
ship.
Cassiopeia system.
Because
This is
they
your
can
first
house
visit to the system.
Really good star drives.
There is no human presence here.
For warping. I'd probably say they're in upwards of 5 mil to get them fully tacked out. But or just as a taxi ship. I'm not saying as a viable combat ship for bounty hunting. Because that would probably cost me an upwards of 10 mil to get that done. If I wanted
Pandora's
to put
Eagle
like better
fully
weapons
refueled.
and decent armor on to be able to manage it.
Right.
Because I swear by reactive armor, but a lot of people will say that it's better to just get military composite alloy. But as far as the alloys go for your ship that boost integrity, you have light composite, and then you have...
I was tempted to get the reflective one.
Reflective mitigates incoming laser fire by like 75%, but makes it more susceptible to ballistic.
Well, you know, there's always going to be some sort of trade-off.
Yeah,
Telemetry obtained.
And I just bought a bunch
Pandora's
of,
Eagle is traveling to the CPI sector KR-WB1-6 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Reflective plating is great.
Humans have yet to colonize the system.
That I've had is ballistic weapons are generally the norm for high damage.
Oh.
Now, people use lasers all the time, but the weapons that always end up strowing my shit immediately are like railguns and multi-cannons, as well as cannons or missiles. And if you have reactive armor, you can basically deny yourself of worrying about point defense and just rely on your morals of having high mitigation of the explosives and just let your health take it. Because I've done that with the
Pandora's Eagle fully
on
refueled.
several occasions, and then patted myself on the back many times because in situations I would have died from incoming missiles, it denies them from killing me.
Nice. Yeah, I think I took some damage to a couple modules just a little bit earlier.
You can, if you have a shutdown,
it's not bad.
Your ship, you can go into your sub panel, like where you would
Telemetry
manage your,
obtained. Pandora's Eagle
like
is traveling to the
external lights
11
on the ship,
Hungan system.
or turning off,
You are
nav
entering
lock.
Federation space.
You can reboot and
This is your
repair
first
on
visit
your
to
ship,
the system.
And it will salvage
11 Hungan is a Federation corporate
cannibalize
supporting
the
over
system,
141,000 people.
I'll have to look
Union
at
of
that.
11 Hungan for Equality is the
Friendship
controlling
drive
power.
died.
There are
You
2
can
orbital
reboot
stations and a lone
it will
planetary
give you like a
station in the system.
10%, whole integrity or frame shift. It might
Information.
not- it might
11
not work
Hungan
all
is
that
undergoing
well,
a
so
boom.
bootleg
There might be
this.
some good
But hey,
trading
it'll get
profits
you done,
to be
yeah.
made here.
Yeah, I've had that happen once or twice when people shit out my
Pandora's
engines.
Eagle fully
I had a
refueled.
friend save my ass, and I was like, I am running out of life support, and I can't go anywhere. This sucks. He's like, restart your ship. I'm like, what? I can?
Right?
So that's a great thing to know that you can do if
Yeah.
some systems are sniped out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another thing that you can do is you could also be using there's like a repair module that you can get that has like a certain set of allocated
Destination
resources that
confirmed.
you can expend.
Right.
Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Winden system. You are
Yeah, I'll have to
entering
show you my
Federation
bird
space.
when you have a moment.
This is your first visit to the system. Winden is a Federation corporate of nearly 59,500 souls. Winden Gold United Corporation is the controlling power. There are 2 orbital stations
Dude, I
and
think
a
I
single
just
planetary
discovered like
station in the
14 or
system.
18 things on that last star. 13 on this one.
Information. Wyndon is electing new leaders.
That's not.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Fully refueled like a boss. I'll slingshot myself around the star and end up right on my target. Kaboom. Hey, is it saying the right game on Twitch? The other time I did it, it said I was doing Mech Warrior. I had to fix it. I know, I was like, what?
Let me see. I don't really know that it says anything. It says quick flight. Oh, it's hashtag.
Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the Calico
All
system.
I'm doing right now is just basically
Information. Arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. Calico is
well,
a
if you want to help me
federation
make some
democracy
money,
of well
I'll
over 2
definitely
million people.
co-pilot for you.
Liberals
Oh,
of
yeah.
Calico
Yeah,
is
I
the
wouldn't mind.
immediate power. There is a
Yes,
lone
nice.
orbital station in the system.
Yeah, it's like never gonna have too many energy pips, right?
What is out?
Huh?
Oh, he's telling. I'm on separate channels on Discord, and also telling me about a new update that came out on the Warhammer. What? What? I'm listening.
Oh, there's no fuel scooping at the star. Shit. Alright. It's fine.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here, dog. Get in here.
And jump. Does it matter how good you align on the target that you're frame shifting for?
Now, if you're
Jump in progress.
System,
Pandora's
yeah, you can
Eagle is
overshoot
in
the
transit to the
destination
Chile
if you
system.
fail. But
You
if
have
it's,
left
if
Federation
it's like
space.
sector to sector warp,
This is your first
it
visit to the
auto-locks,
system.
It matters nothing.
Chile is an independent corporate of over 75,000
I tried it
people,
just for shits and
allied
giggles
with
to see
Zachary
if I would
Hudson.
end up, like, way out in
Chile
space.
Dynamic Corp is the immediate
And
faction.
it'll drag the nose of
There
the
are
ship
2
and-
orbital stations
Oh,
and a
that's
lone
interesting.
planetary
I'm gonna try
station
that
in the
next.
system.
As long as it's visible.
Information.
And nothing's
Chile
in
is
between it.
undergoing a boom. There might be some good
It'll
trading
work.
profits to be made here.
No more trading for me. Unless I have a ship with a crap ton of cargo. Which is really just begging to be shot by other people.
Have to excuse me. 1 second.
Is there? Okay. System status. System report.
Chile is an independent corporate of over 75,000 souls, controlled by Zachary Hudson. Chile Dynamic Corp is the immediate faction. There are 2 orbital stations and a lone planetary station in the system. Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Oh yeah, I was gonna try this.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage.
Ah.
All engine stop.
Jump in progress.
Interesting.
Pandora's Eagle is heading to the Hookup Cave system. You are no longer in Federation space. This is your first visit to the system. Hookup Cave is an independent democracy of over 48 million people, allied with Zachary Hudson. Hookup Cave independence is the local power. There are 3 orbital stations and 2 planetary stations in the system. Pandora's Eagle refueled. Jump in progress. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Thrudus system. This is your first visit to the system. Thrudus is an independent dictatorship with a population of over 1 billion souls, allied with Zachary Hudson. Thrudus Dominion is the controlling faction. There is a single orbital station and 2 planetary stations in the system.
Alright. Hey, is there a way to see my ship while I'm flying?
Thrudus is undergoing a boom. There might be some good trading profits to be made here.
But it's called, it's like a debug cam. It's not third person. But it basically gives you a free cam while you're on the outside of your ship. Or
while I fly it?
Outside of your ship. While you're flying. But outside of that, it's basically just a free cam.
What do they call it?
I think it's like classified something cam. If you go into your control settings, you can find it. But you have to activate a button combination to activate it, and I do not remember the default control to do that unless I were to Google it, and I can momentarily. I like to be as much help as humanly possible. Okay.
Cool. I'm not seeing it on my list.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Alright.
Cam. Control left alt space.
Aha. Oh, but you can't see your you can't see where you're aimed at all. They don't do anything.
Yeah, there's no tactical usefulness at all to it. It's just basically a free cam.
Well, and that's fine. That's fine.
But you can look around inside the space station and see some neat shit if you were to drag it all the way out of your ship. It's pretty neat. And you can also fap to your admirable paint scheme.
Right.
Depending on how sexy your ship looks.
It won't let me do it during jump.
Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Hyades sector LD-SC4-18 system.
Are you listening to the information that my system's giving me?
This is your first visit to the system. This system is unpopulated.
What? It's still good. It's using 3.8 megabits a second, which is a little bit higher than I told it to use. I told it 3.5.
That's neat. That's fucking.
Yeah. System report.
Hyades sector LD-SC4-18 is unpopulated.
I will be AFK for maybe about 20 minutes. There's a new YouTube video by a YouTuber called Mr. Plinkett that I'm going to watch with Azura for a minute. I've been jonesing for it for a while, and oh shit, it's an hour long. I lied. And I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
But I'll leave your audio channel feedbacking. I'll turn you down a little bit on TeamSpeak.
Okay.
But text me if you need any like assistance with something. I'm free to ask.
Okay.
I'll try to fill you in on it.
Cool.
Drive charging.
Hell yeah, Star. Two, one.
Jump in progress. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Hylia system. This is your first visit to the system. Hylia is an independent corporate supporting nearly 832 million people. Hylia Partners is the immediate faction. There are 7 orbital stations and 2 planetary stations in the system. Information: Hylia is undergoing a boom. There might be some good trading profits to be made here.
Frameshift drive charging.
Pandora's Eagle refueled. Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Hyades sector LD-SC4-14 system. This is your first visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the system.
View scoping.
Pandora's Eagle refueled. Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is en route to the HIP 9659 system. This is your first visit to the system. HIP 9659 is an independent communism with a population of on the way to 6.5 million souls. Republic Party of HIP 9659 is the local faction. There is a single orbital station and 2 planetary stations in the system. Information: HIP 9659 is undergoing a boom. There might be some good trading profits to be made here. Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Frameshift drive charging.
Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Hyades Sector TV-LB8-6 system. This is your first visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the system. Pandora's Eagle refueled.
Drive charging.
Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Hambo system. This is your first visit to the system. Hambo is an independent dictatorship home to nearly 3,000 souls, controlled by Pranav and Tal.
Show
Hambo
current
Democrats is the
system in
controlling faction.
EDDB.
There is one orbital station and a single planetary station in the system.
Display current system in EDDB.
Displaying Hambo in EDDB. Pandora's Eagle refueled.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jump in progress. Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Pokamchi system. You are entering Federation space. This is your first visit to the system. Pokamchi is a Federation democracy with a population of over 147,000 souls, allied with Pranav and Tal. Future of Pokamchi is the controlling power. There are 2 orbital stations and a single planetary station in the system. Information: Pokamchi is in civil war. Caution is advised. Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Frameshift drive charging.
Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is heading to the Hyades Sector MT-QB5-1 system. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here. Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Frameshift drive charging.
Left menu.
Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Ariadis Sector MT-QB5-5 system. This is your first visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the system.
Fuel scooping complete.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Frameshift drive charging.
Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is heading to the Ariadis Sector MT-QB5-2 system. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Frameshift drive charging.
Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Ariadis Sector WB-JA10-1 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Bring up system in EDDB.
Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Ariadis Sector WB-JA10-0 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the system.
bring up this system in EDDB.
Displaying Ariadis Sector WB-JA10-0 in EDDB. Jump in progress. Pandora's Eagle is heading to the Ariadis Sector SV-KA9-2 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here.
I know it's taking a moment here, but I'm multitasking.
Frameshift drive charging.
Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is heading to the Ariadis Sector PK-MA8-2 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Ariadis Sector PK-MA8-4 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here. Heat levels beyond operating tolerance.
No!
Heat levels beyond operating tolerance. Pandora's Eagle has dropped to normal space in the vicinity of star Ariadis Sector PK-MA8-4. Scan of TDS class star finished. Orion sector PK-MA8-4 is a T-Tauri star in the process of gravitational contraction that has been around for 18 million years.
Tactical.
Cannot comply. Cannot comply. Cannot comply. Cannot comply.
Uh-oh. Thank God.
Cannot comply.
Retract hardpoints.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jump
Oh,
in
no.
progress. Pandora's
No.
Eagle is traveling to the Orion sector PK-MA8-0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Shit.
Humans have yet to colonize the system. Warning, heat levels beyond operating tolerance. Warning, heat levels beyond operating tolerance.
Main fuel tank low.
I know, I'm working on it.
Fuel scope disengaged.
Pandora's Eagle refueled.
Not enough though.
Fuel scoping.
Warning, heat levels beyond operating tolerance.
Frick. Shit.
Pandora's Eagle refueled.
Fuel scoping.
Pandora's Eagle refueled. Scan finished. Ariadis sector PK-MA8-0A4 is a medium gravity icy body that is unsuitable for landing.
Tactical.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
What, Jonah? You what? Can't hear you. Oh, cool. Tactical. Maybe I can make this jump. Figure it out from there.
Jump in progress. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Arrietty Sector PK-MA8-4 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your second visit to the system. There is no human presence here.
Frameshift drive charging.
I purposely have this off center. I want to see it center itself. Huh.
Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Arrietty Sector NP-MA8-1 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here. Heat levels beyond operating tolerance. Warning: heat levels beyond operating tolerance.
Trying to get away.
Left supercruise near Star Arrietty Sector NP-MA8-1.
Frameshift drive charging.
Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the Ariadis Sector DL-YD67 system. This is your first visit to the system. This system is unpopulated. Warning, heat levels beyond operating tolerance. Heat levels beyond operating tolerance. Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Frameshift drive charging.
Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Ariadis Sector NP-MA8-3 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. This system is unpopulated.
Frameshift drive charging.
Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is heading to the Ariadis Sector NP-MA8-2 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here. Warning: heat levels beyond operating tolerance. Pandora's Eagle has entered normal space close to star Oriadus sector NP-MA8-2. Warning, heat levels beyond operating tolerance.
Frameshift drive charging.
Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is heading to the Oriadus sector NP-MA8-1 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your second visit to the system. This system is unpopulated. Heat levels beyond operating tolerance. Warning, heat levels beyond operating tolerance.
God dang it.
Scan of Y-class star finished. Oriadus sector NP-MA8-1 is a brown dwarf that is just over 5 billion years old.
System info. System report.
Ariadis sector NP-MA8-1 is unpopulated.
A threat out here. Divert power to engines.
Channeling power to engines.
Divert power to weapons.
Channeling power to weapons.
Warning, high threat signal source. Return to normal space in the vicinity of star Ariadis sector NP-MA8-1. Ariadis sector NP-MA8-1 is unpopulated.
You have collected 3 anomalous bulk scan data.
NP-1 is unpopulated.
You have collected 3 anomalous bulk scan data.
NP-1 is unpopulated.
You have discovered anomalous bulk scan data.
NP-1 is unpopulated.
You have collected
Caution,
3 anomalous
cargo
bulk
scan
scan
by
data.
pirate detected.
Divert power to systems.
Channeling
Divert
power to shields.
weapons. Divert power to weapons.
Channeling power to weapons.
Message away.
Target destroyed.
Don't be lawless.
Caution, cargo scan by pirate detected.
Deploy cargo scoop.
Deploying cargo scoop.
Salvageable wreckage now on board. Salvageable wreckage now on board.
Retract hardpoints. Retract cargo scoop.
Retracting cargo scoop.
Jump in progress. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Ariadis sector NP-MA8-0 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here. Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Ariadis sector JJ-OA7-0 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the system. Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Ariadis sector FD-QA6-2 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the system.
Face front. Come on, Daddy.
Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Ariadis sector HY-PA6-0 system. This is your first visit to the system. This system is unpopulated. Pandora's Eagle refueled.
There.
Yes, I am.
Your stream isn't working.
It is or isn't?
It's. I'm refreshing the page.
Pandora's Eagle refueled.
Does anything wrong? Oh, an advertisement happening. So what abouts are you doing now?
I'm still heading towards that one system. It's forever and a day away.
Pandora's Eagle refueled.
Man, you must be taking like 47 jumps, man.
I'm so many damn jumps. It's ridiculous.
Now I would say what I did for my first long transit is I had Ninja Fight Zombie I played with on this card because I kept jumping so much.
Telemetry obtained.
I'd go
Pandora's Eagle is heading to the HIT
I'm
12804 system. You are entering independent space.
Like, what?
This is your first visit to the system.
Right.
This system is unpopulated.
And he quit on me there for about 2 months because he was in a it was a Viper Mark 3. Viper Mark 3 is a good bounty hunting ship. It's a step up too. I forgot about that one. But it's a good all well-rounded ship. You'll see the FedSec using it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But or system security, whatever you call them. But I can see why it's taking you a while. Have you upgraded your fuel storage?
Haven't had a chance. I'm not sure what's going on in any of these systems, and I've been through a few with Civil War and some other stuff going on, so I'm just kind of trying to light through here.
Alright, I see what you're saying. I know what it is to be taking forever to do that, and you're in a position now where it's just going to be a long time. Your ship's latent jump range is like 1 light year, so you're basically lily pad hopping all the way between like every sector possible.
Yeah, there are a lot of them.
Fuel thing. Did you know that you can set your sector route to allow for a specific type of star?
Yeah, I have the top 7 stars, and then I choose economical, which sends me by the ones I can scoop, if I'm not mistaken.
Usually for my, I had one that took me like 47 jumps out of the way when I was using my Sidewinder, and I set it for fast transit, and then I was like, yeah, it's like 36 is still too many. So I went through and then scrapped the Sidewinder and then bought just the standard Diamondback. And you could get a Diamondback Scout and it would probably run about the same. And its unladen jump range and laden jump range is about 35 light years.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's great. And I'll put it to fastest jump range, and then just tank that thing up on as many gas tanks as I can put the fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll skim across the galaxy in what would normally be like 50 jumps in that silly ass little thing. It probably takes me about 11.
Nice.
It comes out to about maybe 10 or 15 minutes of drop.
Not bad.
Oh, you've got illicit cargo. People
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Warp for that.
Right.
Or you'll become a target of people way more frequently if you're carrying shit.
Oh, do you did you know I have enlisted combat cargo?
It says on your bottom corner.
Bottom.
Yeah, near Masslock landing gear cargo scoop, just above everything else.
Illicit
Cargo.
Copy.
That basically paints a target on your back for pirates and people that would drag you out. They're psychic and they just know. They'll come after you like mobs. They're just annoying that way. But due to my inherent combat level with my ships, I have people drag me out of the warp all the time. Just
anyways.
Gotcha. And,
what, Audrey? Hold on.
Telemetry obtained. Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the Euryalus Sector DS-RA5-2 system. Information: arrival star is not screenable.
I'm going to. I'm
this
busy.
Is your first visit to
Mom
the
gets
system.
to do whatever she wants all
There
day.
is no
I
human
don't.
presence here.
Fast. Can you scoop that one?
I was gonna check. I don't know. I didn't hear because my daughter was
I don't think you can. When
bothering
you're in
me.
range, it'll go like,
yeah, I should have heard it there. I don't hear it.
Kind of makes a funky noise. No, I would say it's just kind of an upgrade. How much money are you sitting on right now?
About $500,000-ish.
Dude, you have enough to be able to upgrade to a either an adder or a they have a lot of ships in this named after snakes. I don't know why. More
Destination confirmed.
Yeah.
Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Euryalus Sector ES-RA5-2 system. Information: arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system.
No, I'm just thinking
there
how
is no
shitty
human
of a situation
presence
it is
here.
for you to be in that slow ass ship you're in. Or it's not slow, it's a good ship, it just has a really shitty jump range.
Well, the thing is, yeah, and the problem is I have to get to where we're supposed to hang, and then freaking it's just so far away, it's taking forever. But I do need to keep the ship.
That far out, because if y'all ever play an open play, it'll probably be way out in the fringe sector, so people won't bother you. Is kind of what I've done a couple of times. I'm assuming he's running by the same logic. I don't know. Oh, I lied. Apparently
Jump in progress.
The sector you were in,
Pandora's Eagle is heading to the Euryalus Sector ES-RA5-0
I can tell you the sector I'm heading to.
Information:
after this next
arrival
jump.
star is not
Give me a
scoopable.
minute and I'll try.
This is your first visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the system.
Oh, something that's very helpful for you to know. There is a altruistic organization known as the Fuel Rats that you can basically call 911 on if you're in open play and give them your information, star sector, and then you basically friend the person that they send out to you. And they'll come and give you fuel if you bottom out and you're red.
Oh, nice.
So if you're stranded, and I did not know this. This is me having played the game for a long time, and I never knew this organization existed. But they're in open play, and they're just really altruistic and have a huge kind of a running staff that just go around helping people, and they actively try to save
AAA.
bottomed out. I've never had
Destination confirmed.
I've never needed the help.
Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the Euryalus Sector ZL-TA4-4 system.
Someone who is running one of those cargo
Information:
freighters that accidentally
arrival star
bottomed
is
out
not
on the wrong
scoopable.
star.
This is your first visit to the system.
Needed to not
Humans have
basically
yet to
bottom out
colonize
their,
the system.
Pocket trying to do this, and they actually can't take the loss. I can see that being very integral to it. But there's another group that's called the Canon Research Group, that is an in-game player conglomerate dedicated to studying the in-game aliens. Lord in hell. There's a pretty neat little community for this. I like the game quite a bit.
Jump
How
in
far
progress.
are you away from Sol?
Pandora's Eagle
Okay,
is
one
in
more
transit
here.
to the Oriadus Sector ZL-TA4-0 system. Information, arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system.
Shy of actually going
There
into
is no
games
human
and
presence
parties,
here.
Why
or
is every
actually where-
star unscoopable?
Don't strand yourself. Find a nearby star and scoop it. Because you
Yeah, I
might
think
put
I'm gonna
yourself
have
in
to.
trouble.
Let's see what this next star is. Aridas Sector ALX B15. Hold on.
I can pull up mine.
Tactical. Let's see here. I have a command for this.
I'm gonna hop in for shits and giggles. Well, since I've clicked. All else fails, I can set up a ship and fuel escape you if you're up shit creek.
Okay. How
Go ahead.
So am I able to give you stuff in game?
Okay, if you have cargo, you can
Mhm.
drop in and I can pick it up. And there's a specific module that you can get that's called a cargo fuel limpet transfer. And if I target you and activate that drone, it will transfer a portion of my fuel to you.
Oh, that's cool.
Very useful.
What about money? Can I give you money?
Shy of doing what I outlined earlier with bounty hunting, with co-piloting, you can't directly share money. You can indirectly by that function, or you could be in a wing and share bounties. But like when you're in a wing and fighting people, I would actually say it would be more effective for you to co-pilot and sit there and have me get the full tally on the kill, and I've racked up at least 2 or 3 mil in an afternoon of bounty hunting doing that.
Okay.
It's slow work, but it's moderately efficient. The one that I'm doing now that I was on is I'm in a sector farming scanning missions, and I'll earn up enough money that I just feel contented to sit on it. And then I'll get bored of grinding and then let the game alone for maybe like 2 months. And this will be the first time I come back to it because I saw you playing it. I enjoy the game. It's just that not a lot of my friends get on and play it.
Gotcha.
And I just don't take initiative to pick up and play it like I used to. I think it's mainly because I achieved the goal that I set out for myself. I wanted a Federal assault ship because I wasn't overly appealed to using the large kind of Corvette class and larger ships that they allow available, like the Anaconda, the Python, and the Federal Corvette. The Federal Corvette kind of looks like an Imperial Star Destroyer. The Imperial variants of ships kind of look like exotic space dildos that are just curved all over. They have kind of this really exotic finished design that's just curvy all over. None of their ship has jagged edges. The
Not to
Federation
be
ship styles usually look really industrial.
Not to be what do you call it? Alarmist, but have you figured out if any of these stars near me I can scoop?
Okay, go into your galaxy map and I can tell you.
Alright, hold on, let me slow down.
You'll have to filter for nearby stars, and then you can literally look. And even with your jump range, you should be able to see. But pull up your galaxy map, and then I have to remember what stars are available as scoopable.
Oh, filter by.
Yes. Now,
Bingo.
I need to Google real quick to be able to tell you definitively. But,
okay. I have the top 7 set right now, all the way through M type. O, B, A, F, G, K, M.
I think only very specific stars are scoopable. I can tell you briefly. Stars which are scoopable: O, B, A, F, G, K, M, D, A, D, C, Y, T, L, T, T, S, Neutron, S, and W.
Wait.
Oh, no, I'm lying. Stars which are not scoopable. Okay, the list for scoopable stars is small.
All right, hold on. Is it 7?
7, 8.
8.
And the ones that are scoopable are class O, B, A, F, A, and M. That helps.
M. Good. All right, so I applied that filter to my route, and I should be able to take the next one in my route.
That should help quite a bit, I hope.
I think. Oh.
You're not all that many jumps away from where you need to be. Looks like.
Oh no, I am. I just chose a different area to angle myself into a better position to try to make the longer leg. I'm not sure I can fully make it in this craft, but I want to get close and figure out what I have to do. And then I can blame it on him.
But like, this is me being experienced in the game. You just started, wouldn't have known to do this. If I was starting off in a Sidewinder, I would have leveraged up and gotten a Viper as quickly as possible.
Scan of L-Class star complete.
1.2 mil in,
Orion Sector ZL-TA4-0A is a brown dwarf that has been around for nearly 2.5 billion years.
And then just bought up on as many fuel things as humanly possible. Now, something else to know is that in one of the later updates, and I wouldn't recommend doing this in your ship because you can strand yourself very, very easily, is neutron stars for the pulsars, for the coronal ejections, for the pulses that they send out. If you fly into that energy flux, will overdrive your FTL exponentially. And there are people in Anacondas that have jumped 250 light years in one go. And there have been player-created neutron star highways.
Interesting.
But someone made a neutron star highway to Corsic that consists of about 17 jumps, and you're making about, oh golly, about 220 light years a jump on some of them. It's insane. And I watched a guy do it his Anaconda, and jumped to a system, and then within system he bottomed out his fuel in one jump. And this is on a large type ship with at least a bazillion. It has a huge fuel tank. It basically removes your range limit on your fuel. If you try to jump the range and the fuel could accept
Telemetry obtained.
Despite that fact, it'll tell you
Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Orion Sector AL-XB1-5 system.
If you
this
do that
is your
charge
first
up,
visit to the system.
This
system is unpopulated.
Quite a bit. But I don't know that you can set your star map to filter for the pulsars. Oh, scoopable.
I know.
I know from the color of the star that's scoopable. You're gonna be there a while and your fuel tank bottomed out.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I've been there. Shit. I usually don't bottom it out that much, but you were close.
Yeah, I usually keep it topped off when I'm by a scoopable, but I had 2 or 3 stars there that weren't terribly close together that weren't scoopable.
Can you believe in deep space that the fuel rats have gone out in deep space for people that are at least thousands upon thousands of light years from civilized space, exploring, and have done exactly what you did except couldn't find a star and bottomed out, and they'll go out and save it.
That's cool.
I have a lot of respect for these guys after I read their alma mater and page. I didn't know they did that. I thought it was the coolest thing. But if you ever want to look them up, I'll pop you a link.
Yeah, for sure.
I've had that on emergency call since I ever found them. They've got, I think on their homepage, they've got like a little big emergency red button that's like the coolest thing. it's got a big button in the center that just get help for that. So I think it's neat. But I've learned, you know how when after playing MechWarrior Online for a while, you discover all these third-party resources that you could use for the use of playing the game, like the Ghosty Simulator, Smurfy, the new added skill tree simulator that someone scripted on GitHub is the neatest thing ever.
Well, that's cool.
But yeah, all of these different utilities. I just love doing shit like that. I think one of the bigger things that I like about it.
Well, that's one of the things I have on this voice attack profile. Eddie is one of those programs, and then I'm also connected up with EDDB and EDDM, I believe.
Coriolis Shipyards is also a good tool.
Yep, I can export through Eddie to Coriolis my ship and show it to you.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Awesome as well. I'm assuming that's a third-party tool for this.
Show my ship in Coriolis?
Yes.
Sending Pandora's Eagle to Coriolis.
I'll show it to you here in a moment.
How does it upload your ship? That is cooler than hell.
Because it's awesome.
That's 50.
I'll give you a link here as soon as I'm done fueling before I jump to this next star. I just don't want to go hands off while orbiting this damn star.
The time you'll do that, you'll nose into the star and then drop out and start dying.
Dropping out in the stars suck.
Oh yeah, I hate it.
Yo, I've done that. Dropping out too early when you're about to dock sucks as well.
Oh gosh. Never not have shields when you're trying to dock, because like if you touch things, your ship will just basically implode.
Ah.
It's bad. I did it once. I wouldn't recommend it. Like if you touch things, the collision damage for like touching objects with your shields off is insane.
That sucks.
Oh yeah. Well, if
speed up this fuel transfer.
If you're using a gut-light ship that you haven't upgraded and it doesn't have anything for like mitigation and kinetic damage, it's just I've flown into an asteroid with my shields off several times with my Vulture, and it's put me down to 30% hull.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Alright, I'm locked on my next chord. So check this out. When a moment ago when I said that command, it popped this up in my, oops, did it send? What the heck?
I see you alt tab, but I don't actually see you go to your desktop.
I can't tell if it's, I think it's too big to send? Derp to derp? Let me bitly it.
Are you running a VR headset?
No.
Okay.
That's expensive shit.
Oh yeah. I already said that. I had one friend that get it. He's going to be playing from now on with his VR headset. Oh, saw that.
Yeah, I hope that unidentified signal doesn't scan me.
Oh, I had a Ninja said never test those if they're like wreckage sitting in the middle of nowhere. He was playing and there was like successive waves of pirates that come out to attack you. He had it come out, and I was fighting on one and killed the first 3 waves, and then it started bringing in anacondas and vultures, and that's the point. I said, "Fuck it."
Right.
Because anacondas are the closest thing to a Corvette class ship that I could say. They have their weapon hardpoints come in huge variety instead of just large, which by game lore are equivalent to capital level class. And it came with 2 basically heavy fighter escorts, which just terrify the hell out of me because vultures can kill the hell out of you if you let them get a bead on you, because they run large weapons. That's what makes them so terrifying, is they're the only ship that's basically of a small variety that can mount 2 large weapons.
The Vulture?
Yes. That's what makes them so scrappy.
That's what my...
It would basically be like being able to put 2 AC-20s and not having to worry about ammo capacity on the rail.
Yeah. That's what he wants me to... That's... I don't want to say end game, but that's one of the ships that
Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Oriota Sector AL-XB1-4 system.
I wouldn't quite
This
say
is your
it's
first
end of the
visit
road
to the
because
system.
my next goal after I got
There
the
is
gold
no human presence
all
here.
the praise on PvP and PvE that the Federal Assault had. If it tells you how strong the Federal Assault ship was structurally, I had an entire Federal security force get pissed off at me for accidentally scratching their paint with stray laser fire, and the entire quadrant security went after my ass while I was trying to warp, and 30 seconds of sustained fire only put me down to 80% health. And that's with those big ass ships shooting at me.
Nice.
It terrified the hell out of me, and I had to basically hot exit the system, but now you understand why I keep praising reactive armor, because mass drivers are basically the closest thing to PPCs you're going to see in this game. They're terrifying.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Mass drivers are plasma projectile cannons, I think is what they're called. No, I'm lying. I'm lying. They're not PPCs. They just shoot orbs of purple death.
Oh, did you see my ship?
Kinetic and explosive damage in equal measure that are extremely high. They will throw your shit, but they're giant, slow-moving projectiles, but they hurt like hell. I guess the
destination confirmed.
Have a huge
Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Oriota Sector AL-XB1-2 system.
Your ship will
This is your
say
first
thermal,
visit to the system.
warning because your heat
Humans
spikes
have yet to
when
colonize the system.
They do a crap ton of damage if your ship isn't spec'd for kinetic, or actually if your ship just has low alloy or anything. They just do a lot of damage. Was there anything you wanted to ask? I talked.
Well, let me know when you look at my ship.
It looks like you're only about 3 jumps away. You're getting there.
Yeah, then I have to figure out how close I am to the final destination. I'll show you on the map. It's crazy as hell where I'm going. I think I'm gonna make this jump without a full fill.
Oh, you were asking me if I was gonna play?
Yeah, if you saw my ship. Since I took the time to bit.ly it link it in TS.
Doodly. I might play
Pandora's
within,
Eagle
the
refueled.
next hour, Nox. I want to touch base with Laguna and figure out where he's going to be staking out. Not in my Diamondback. It takes me, what, like 3 seconds after we made those taxi ships?
He plays too?
Yeah, Nox plays too. He's NWO. I was
Jump in progress.
Get on and I was like,
Pandora's Eagle is heading to the Oriota Sector BL-XB1-0 system.
Sorry,
this is your first visit to the system.
The urge.
There is no human presence here.
I just like this game. Elite Dangerous appeals to me. West game. I think probably one of the neater things that I enjoy about it is 3, 2, 1.
Did you see that? I'm about to discover 19 items.
Oh, astronomical objects.
That's a payday, I think. Right there.
Yeah, you ought to probably get about 25k for that, I would think. The further away from civilized space you are for astronomical data, the more money you'll get. The closer it is to Sol system or civilized space, the less you get. By my understanding.
Jumping, I'm not taking that whole thing. This star is too hot to continually.
Pandora's Eagle refueled.
Oh, I might overheat during this jump. Please don't.
You can always brake. Wait until your heat tapers off to about maybe 70 before jumping. When you jump, sometimes your heat will stay.
What, Chana?
Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Oriadus Sector BL-XB1-1 system. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here.
Alright, I might be at the end of my road here. Let me figure out our next couple jumps and then I'll show you the map.
Shouldn't be too hard for me to get to where you're at. I laughed my ass off if you were like 300 light years into hostile space for me. It would be my fucking luck.
Well, depending on how it goes with my friend and the group I'm with, I can probably get you an in with this group. Supposedly, we have some pretty
I think
big amount of clout, but I can't tell you much more unless I get it okayed by
the people that I want to get into is not. I made a mistake signing on was
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
I still haven't done anything to gain any rapport with that faction. The only reason I was with him is to get access to Sol. Is I got access to Sol system with the Federation, and I'm consistently allied with every sector that I enter with them, and I'm trying to gain rapport with the Imperials, so I gain enough favor to not be hostile to their ships when entering systems. I think Asina Duval is the it's Duval is one of the last name of the character that I'm thinking of. Her galactic power is one of the better ones to get to because she gives you access.
Destination confirmed.
It's a shielding.
Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the Oriadus Sector BL-XB1-6 system. This is your first visit to the system. This system is unpopulated.
There would be two factions that I would link up with. I'm trying to remember.
Alright, well I'll let you know if I can give you an invite, but everything I tell you has to be
super secret, double knot spy shit.
Pretty much, as of right now. The only reason I'm even streaming is because I'm not officially anything right now.
Yeah, it's Aislinn
Pandora's
Duval.
Eagle refueled.
This is the one I'm thinking of, and she supports the Imperials. What is your faction that they're supporting is all I need to know.
That's what I'll have to find out today or tomorrow for you.
Because if they're federal, I really don't
Destination
care anyway,
confirmed.
Due to the,
Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Oriadus Sector CL-XB1-5 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Because when I go
there is no human presence here.
with people that are from Duval or any of the other major power play factions, they will attack you on sight. But
I
if
gotcha.
it's neutral, they'll leave you fuck up, which is great.
Well, here's the thing. I'm actually working with one of the top guys in this organization, and I'm trying to figure out whether we're going to be official or black ops, and exactly what our role is. I can't tell you much more because there's a pretty crazy thing that we're going to do.
Piracy, I'll have no part of it.
If it involves what?
If it involves piracy, I won't have no part of it.
No.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Hunting and legal means for earning money in the game.
Our
I do not like accumulating a bounty.
Our rules of engagement specifically avoid different things. You only engage people if they're wanted. So I think that tells you something about the organization.
I wouldn't mind a wing. The only thing I'm kind of clicky with is
telemetry
I've
obtained.
done runs with friends.
Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Oriadus Sector CL-XB1-4 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Either an open play
there is no human presence here.
Private play group is the only thing that would seem profitable is to do, it's not power play, is to go into active conflict zones.
Yep, and fight for one
You
side.
can go into war zones and fight for a specific side.
Yep.
And gain war bonds. But usually in doing so, you're doing that for a major power play, gain rank with them, to get access to cool gear. The thing that I want really bad to build up for the Thargoids is I want prismatic shields and advanced plasma. I think they're called plasma. I could be wrong.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
I think they're called particle cannons or plasma. I'm trying to remember. Plasma accelerator, I lied. I've got MechWarrior Online on mine.
Right. Well, if you
PPC.
Jump in progress.
Projection cannon. I'm just
Pandora's
interjecting.
Eagle is heading to the Oriota Sector CL-XB1-0
between
system.
me, you,
This is your first visit to the system.
If
This
I can get
system is
Kater on board,
unpopulated.
we'll have a good 4 of us. Which
Now I've got a friend in the military that hops on once every great while, but if he has to go way out of dodge and move, he'll get mad. He does not like upping nest too often. But then again, I'm lying. I'm lying because I get
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Get the Diamondback Explorer and use it as a taxi ship and upgrade the hell out of it. The route that you just took that took basically like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Takes about 5 to 10 minutes.
Hmm.
It's glorious. But I use it specifically as a taxi ship. Now that's not to say that if I have to transit a ship that I built, there was a sector that I bumped down in for the area that I wanted to go to. I have preference of using your very
Destination confirmed. Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Oriota Sector EG-XB1-4 system.
What I came about
This is your first visit to the system.
And it has
Humans have many colonists in the system.
And getting it over there would be the biggest pain in the ass I've ever dealt with. So I took my taxi ship, and it was actually an in-game mechanic that you could use to ship your starship to a station.
Oh, okay.
For an allocated amount of money, and it takes a set amount of time to do. But after that time elapses, it's there instantly.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is cool as hell if you have a big ship that you're worried like hell about being destroyed while you're moving. I know a lot of people that only use the Anaconda for conflict zones because the enemy has a tendency to have ginormous ships to destroy your ship. But
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Burton's going capital class signature detected. Whoa. It's terrifying when that happens.
Right.
But Laguna, go over to your press 1 on your keyboard and look at your remaining jumps. I'm curious.
Hold on, we're actually mid-jump.
Telemetry obtained.
Oh, actually, I can do it now, yeah.
Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Oriota Sector EG-XB1-3 system. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here.
Hold on.
Destination. Okay, I'll have to see after you get out of work.
Yeah, let me fill up on fuel, and before the next warp, I'll give you that.
Alright.
I'm trying to wrap this up
damn.
quick, because my wife's going to want.
You want to know something really curious? That ship is actually
Pandora's
small
Eagle
enough
fully
to
refueled.
dock with an Anaconda in its inner bay,
Uh-huh.
but it's not possible. They have like mini ship-launched fighters that they've added to the game with those Corvettes. Bro, I'm going to call them Corvette-class ships because that's basically what they are.
Did you see how many jumps are left?
Yeah, you had like 12. It's still not all that bad.
Says the person not jumping. Oi. I think I'm doing it pretty efficiently.
Yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there. I'm glad we filtered your route for
stars. Yep.
That was necessary.
Very. Divert energy to engines. Divert energy to engines. I'm sorry, divert power to
confirmed.
engines.
Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Ariada Sector
I can't do it right now.
CQ-YC-17 system. This is your first visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the system.
Divert power to engines.
Channeling power to engines.
Divert power to engines.
Channeling power to engines.
Alright, so I have 1 in weapon, 1 in assist. And 4 in engines. That looks a little bit better.
I have my engine distribution for power set to mouse buttons. And,
That's interesting. Yeah, I like just being able to tell it whatnot.
I don't think it
Pandora's Eagle refueled.
Alright. Okay.
I might rewrite the profile that I got. There's a really amazing profile, but I think it was made with a few too many builds back. So adjusting it would be a headache, but I think I'm going to learn from it and rewrite
Pandora's Eagle is
better
heading
one.
to the Ariada Sector EG-XB1-0 system.
We're
This is
talking
your
a
first
profile
visit
that
to
would
the
know
system.
what panel you're on.
There is no human presence here.
Holy God, what the fuck? I feel sorry for this guy. He must have been in the fucking flight path when that thing dropped out.
What?
Pandora's
this
Eagle
guy,
refueled.
This guy was in the wake of a capital class ship dropping out of warp, and he was literally in its flight path when it exited, and it derped his ship into like fucking orbit. His ship just started violently spinning.
Huh?
You just see it looks like his ship gets punted. It's funnier than
Better that than
Telemetry
exploding
obtained.
like a egg.
Pandora's Eagle is en route to the Ariada Sector CQ-YC-15 system. This is your first visit to the system. There is no human presence here.
I don't want to ruin something for you that you might experience naturally. But there is like a small chance that you can get interdicted by the Thargoids and have contact with aliens, and it's terrifying. But like there are people that have played the game for 600 hours and never had it happen, and some people that have it the first time they play it. But I think you have to be in a certain area in space to have the eventing to trigger. And it's always the area that this hotbed of activities.
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
Because that's where all within like a 200 light year radius around that area is where all this activity is happening. And I've tried to keep well apprised of what's going on with that. But they're tracing out alien ruins and probes that led to a triangulation of area in space, and they're trying to figure out where
Jump
that
in progress.
is. And
Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the
that's
Ariada
going to
Sector
be.
DG-XB1-1 system.
Crowdsourced,
This is your first visit to the
problem
system.
solving, shit
There
like
is
that.
no
I'm
human
surprised
presence
how
here.
quickly the community will find shit out. The devs are even surprised. I'll tell you something even more hilarious than that. People are so coy at this game, they triangulated star data from the trailer in the game and found the area before the devs were planning on releasing it.
Mm-hmm.
And the actual staged introduction that they were planning on using was skipped altogether.
Matt.
They found it. Oh gosh, people are coy in this, but they showed the location and people triangulated the star data.
Right.
And found it by the neighboring stars. I thought it was the coolest thing.
Right.
It's insane how dogmatic people get over this. It's awesome. But I looked at Star Citizen and it looks fantastic, but I'd wait till it was a finished product and get it.
Yeah,
Pandora's
I
Eagle
already have
refueled.
it.
Yeah, Nox just quipped if it ever gets finished.
Yeah, if it's ever actually released. From what I've played of it, it is pretty sick, but you definitely want a voice attack profile.
that I saw that may have been an issue is that the entire game is printed in a
jump in progress.
In a
Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the Orion Sector CQ-YC4 system.
Isn't the entire
This
game
is your first
built in
visit to the
CryEngine?
system.
I don't
Humans
know.
have yet to colonize the system.
You know, the biggest problem I see with that game is it's taking so long for them to go where they want to go that I think they're going to end up going through 2 or 3 different game engines.
They might. If they go through an entire rewrite of the game engine, that might be hairy.
Yeah, it definitely could be.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Nox just said that the instancing for loading into the game is one of their most perpetuated problems for just basically networking. For them basically the multiplayer itself in general is just a problem. This game has a curious way for instancing, but like each individual player is in their own kind of. Sometimes when you warp in on an area, your friend can
Pandora's
actually be
Eagle
on your
fully
HUD,
refueled.
but you won't see them, even though you're like basically flying into them on their marker where they're at.
Uh-huh.
I've had that happen several times. They'll appear on the radar and the mini map, and I'll basically fly into them where they're supposed to be, and they're not there. And it'll be because you're in a separate instance.
Right.
Which is annoying as hell. I haven't had it do that all that often. Ish. You know how to engage silent running?
Yeah, but it heats you up like crazy.
I saw a build on called Lava Build.
Destination confirmed.
And,
Pandora's Eagle is traveling to the Orion Sector CQ-YC21 system.
Basically at 1,000%.
This is your first visit to the system.
And was running
Humans have yet to colonize the system.
That basically made it where your lasers do cumulatively more damage the higher your internal heat is on the ship. And his ship was at 1,000% internal heat, and he was in silent running going after these people.
Ah.
It was insane.
How did he not kill himself?
Basically, he had his ship engineered to fuck, and all of his internal modules were reinforced with lots of extra health. And even though it was like 1,000% internal heat, the ongoing degradation of the modules was sustainable to a very high degree due to the fact of the way they were engineered.
Pandora's Eagle refueled.
Good enough.
I feel sorry for you have to travel this damn far.
Oh, this is not even the. This is just a chunk of the.
Nox, but I set you up with a taxi ship. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
Or did I do that with Ninja? I don't think
Telemetry obtained.
Okay, I guess it was Ninja.
Pandora's Eagle is heading to the Orion Sector CQ-YC10 system. This is your first visit to the system. This system is unpopulated.
With an upgraded FTL drive, and basically just tanking it up, buying the stock, putting in the best FTL engine you can get, and then putting in as many fuel tanks and the supplementary module slots as you can get.
That's where we're headed, by the way. I typed it in the thing.
I will copy and paste that. I wasn't that stick-to-itive with some of the playthings that somebody had mentioned, but to my knowledge, the best way that you could farm faction-oriented favors for your leaders is basically by going into the active war zones and killing
Pandora's Eagle fully refueled.
I think Well, I had to talk about this when we stopped streaming. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and stop now. Unless you need to see that star map, if you didn't bring it up.
Oh no, I'm not in game yet, but I have the destiny. I don't know where you're at. It shouldn't take
Telemetry
too long to get where
obtained.
you're at. I'll have to friend you.
Pandora's Eagle is heading to the HIT 13210
If you're a friend
system.
on Steam, you should show
This
up,
is
though.
your first visit to the system.
Or it should be nearly.
There is
all
no
that
human
hard.
presence here.
Is your in-game commander tag same as your Steam name?
Yep, De Laguna. Ooh, this star is beautiful. Nice and white.
If it's a white dwarf, be leery, because when you come in on top of it, oh no, that is not a white dwarf. It's purdy though.
Isn't it pretty?
It's scoopable.
Yep, this one is. I've come across a couple that were close to this and they weren't, but this one is. So remember, I have that scoopable filter on our route, so pretty much every star I go by should be so scoopable.
I'm very glad I set you up, because I think you were destined for doom.
That. Beautiful.
But his route pathing on his
Pandora's
thing
Eagle
was putting
refueled.
him on like several stretches of chain stars that weren't scoopable, and he was running out of fuel and near stranding himself.
That was pretty close, yeah. I had avoided it one other time. I was on the path and I knew the stars were becoming not scoopable, so I jumped out to a different star off path
Telemetry obtained.
to scoop.
Pandora's Eagle is en route to
yeah,
the
I
Orion
forgot.
Sector
Alright, I had to add that
GB-XB1-3
filter back
system.
where we did that.
This is your first visit to the system. This
No, I
system is
haven't
unpopulated.
had to do anything like that. I usually what I'll do is I won't scoop stars. I'll set up and transit across and get on stations and find a station to dock with.
5
I
new
suppose
astronomical
it's
objects. What do you like docking with the best?
Coriolis stations, the cubic ones, with the dock in the front.
With
and
the
then
keyhole?
Some of the more beautiful, yeah, some of the more beautiful ones kind of look are the agricultural stations and the colony stations. We'll have a habitation loop around them for artificial simulated gravity, and they'll have this huge ring that goes around the entire circumference of the ship, and the thing is super long. And it's a really huge installation to get up to. But usually the internal docks are all samey across the board, except for the newest update that they had. He's not going to me. He's going to a destination that one of his friends told him to go to.
Pandora's Eagle
that I have
fully
to withhold
refueled.
from you under penalty of death. And
For right now.
and
Until I can get you guys cleared.
he's in an Imperial. He's not an Imperial Eagle. He's in an Eagle Mark II with a shitty jump drive. And
Hey! I upgraded this thing. It's as upgraded as I could have. I couldn't justify upgrading it more when I'm
Destination
trying to get a new
confirmed.
ship after this.
Pandora's Eagle is in transit
Even if
to
I
the
keep
Orion
this ship,
Sector
I can't, you know what I'm saying?
system.
I'll upgrade it after
This
I'm
is
flying
your
my other
first
ship.
visit to the system. Humans have yet to colonize the
I
system.
mean, look, I'm running a 2C power plant. That's 8 megawatts. I think it came with, what? Was it 6 megawatts or something ridiculously low? Okay, let's see here. How many more jumps do we have? 2 more jumps. Good. Then I think I'm probably gonna
really?
put down the
I
hat.
thought you had like 20 more.
Well, until this partway point. I'll show you here. When I dock, I'll show you.
Gets done and I take the 5 minutes necessary for me to get where Laguna is in my taxi ship.
See, well, and that's... Can't you help me taxi to the final point?
Dude, you're only halfway? Good God. Okay, what I'll probably do is
Warning,
use my many
heat levels
awesome
beyond
tools that I
operating
found
tolerance.
to find a high resource extraction within 2 or
Pandora's
20 light
Eagle
years from your
refueled.
area.
Uh-huh.
And We'll go there, farm a little bit of money, or the thing that I could do is have you co-pilot on my Vulture, and
Right.
just basically get 1 million.
Maybe we can do that tomorrow. And what I can do is, I think I'm gonna probably try to keep this ship because I think it's a good fighting ship until I have another fighting ship that'll replace it.
The Viper is a good strong upgrade to that. But, Imperial Eagle, by a
Telemetry
lot of the
obtained.
by what I understand,
Pandora's Eagle is in transit to the Orion Sector GB-XB1-2 system.
Now, when I upgrade
This is your first visit to the system.
like, since I've upgraded so many
Humans have
things
yet
on
to
this
colonize
ship,
the
when I go
system.
to sell it or exchange it, do I get any credit for those upgrades?
You get full reimbursement.
Okay.
This game is not like MechWarrior Online, where it only gives you half of your money back, because if it did, I'd be broke as fuck right now.
Okay.
You can sell your ship and get full reimbursement of the money.
Okay.
Which is probably one of the cooler things that I've seen about this game. Because you can trade things out, upgrade shit, and then ante up to a bigger ship and still keep your total net worth without ever
Pandora's
having
Eagle
lost
refueled.
any money, except for what you pay for fuel charges and ammo.
Which, with the
And
fuel
repairs.
scoop,
Which is bitchin'.
right? Yeah, I will have to do some repairs after this. Had a couple unfortunate close calls with stars.
Well, it's like, hey,
Destination confirmed.
gosh,
Pandora's
I
Eagle
think
is en
last-
route to the
last
Orion
time I
Sector
screwed up, got hit with a star, I
GB-XB1-0
alt-tabbed
system.
while I was listening to music,
This
and
is your
ship
first visit
was
to the
still locked
system.
into flight forward.
There is no
Exactly.
presence here.
And I flew into the star and it worked me out. My ship was dying before I started hearing the wubs on my headset. I'm like, shit!
Right?
Gosh. And my fuel scoop wasn't working.
Rough.
Now she go. Now, another thing that's really noteworthy to say that the devs had not enabled beforehand is with the field maintenance unit that you can get for your ships. They made it possible to repair your ship canopy.
Your ship what?
Okay, it is possible for your ship canopy on your cockpit to be blown out
Okay, right.
under circumstances of combat or just hitting things. And certain ships are more predisposed to have it happen than others, and you'll have it happen frequently with the Vulture. And with one of those units, you can actually repair your cockpit.
Good.
It is very useful. They did not add that until the Guardians update. Or actually, no, I'm lying. They added that in the co-op update. And beforehand, you couldn't do that. I find that super duper mega useful. Because AIs will snipe your cockpit out prolifically. They just do it a lot. I hate the hell out of it for them doing it. The only way I've been able to mitigate that is by getting module reinforcement packages, which basically mitigate focus damage on sub-modules of your ship. And they take the damage from the modules to a percentage of a value. The better ones will have less overall integrity, but they protect more. But the lower ones have a lower, a huge integrity but protect less. So
Gotcha.
say, like, the tier D ones will protect 20% of its total health, or they'll take 20% of its damage, but the total integrity of the module is higher. But
Right.
the ones that protect 80% of it will have like 80 health, which is 400.
Dude, I think
But-
I found the perfect trade-off between heat and distance on this star. Totally. and
Pandora's
almost
Eagle
cruised
fully
that shit.
refueled.
Alright, hold on one second. Tactical. And oh shit, I don't see anywhere to dock over here.
Is this a sector you wanted you to be in?
No, it's a ways away. Hold on. I'll show you. Oh, that's a star. Alright, so I'm still cruising. Check this out.
They might add them in due time. I feel like they.
This
did
is
their
where I am.
eventually. Uh-huh.
And that is where I need to go. Nope. Further down.
Oh, can I help you with something briefly?
You mean
Click
this?
your, you can search in the star map, and it will
Oh,
put you
yeah.
like straight to it. If you type it in, I think it is like the most useful thing. Or you could click your bookmarks and just double click the destination if you have it bookmarked.
That's it right there. But it's not going to find a route because I'm not sure if there's a jump too long or what's the deal, but it's right there.
That's brutal.
It's brutally
Okay,
far.
it's the reason it's not letting you jump to it is because there's a jump along the route that's impossible.
Right.
So you're going to
I need
you're
somewhere to
physically
dock
have
right
to
now though.
upgrade your ship to get there. You're probably gonna have to get a taxi ship to do that. And I'm in my system that I'm hunkered down for farming.
It's
It might take me, like,
224
5
light
minutes.
years away.
Jesus Christ, man. You must be like
Bastard.
the longest distance that I've ever traveled consecutively was across galaxy. It was 500 light years across one side of the sector to the other. You must have been at the starting point, and he has you way, way out in the fringe sector.
I wonder, how do I find a good place to go here? Let's see if this destination has anything for me to dock at.
Oh, Laguna. Go
Yeah.
over to your galaxy map real quick. I'm gonna show you a trick.
Okay. Let me slow way down then.
Yeah, just go over to your galaxy map, and then I'll talk to you in a minute.
Scan of M-Class star completed. Ariadis sector
And-
GB-XB1-0A is a very common main sequence star that is over 612 million years old.
Let me guess. Are you going to show me trade routes?
No, I'm not going to show you trade routes.
Okay.
You
'Cause I don't
can
think
narrow
there
your
are any.
search via habitated systems,
Oh.
and it will actually go over to your start. I think it's on the furthest left for your filters. That it allows you to do that.
Let's see here. Hold on. Where,
But like, it's yeah, shown by, I think it's on shown by. Go up to the very top, that kind of bar file looking thing. I might be horribly. Right there. The one that looks kind of like DNA stranded together beside the bookmark one is the one that it's on.
Okay.
I'm not helping much, am I?
But
But
I did it, but
there's a slider bar in there that lets you gauge it by population, and habitated systems will always have
docks.
locations in them.
Yeah, I don't see any habitation sliders.
Okay, I might be wrong. It might be in the star map one. Then that's for FSD boost. The one right next to the one by the bookmarks to the to the right there. Click map, and then shown by size. I think
Population.
is where you go. Yes, right there, and then there'll be
Bingo.
a slider.
And I don't care what do I care what that population is?
Just stick it about middle on the slider because you don't want to alienate all of your systems, because like
but it will.
When you get it over to the middle, I don't even think it's possible for there to be that many yet. About 3 or 4 ticks is what you want.
Okay.
Because that'll put it in upwards in 100,000 populated in the system.
How do I jump to my? Oh, I jumped to my current location here. And so then all the things I'm seeing here,
visible stars.
It's only showing me ones that have people on them, right?
Yes, it will only show you. Oh, it needs to be on the map one for it to filter.
On this one?
You're on the realistic star map. Go back over to your galaxy map selection.
Copy.
And you had it clicked on realistic. You need to have it on that selection, otherwise it won't filter the planets.
Okay. So this one.
So it needs to be on map. Yes.
Or this one. It's 14 away. Hey, stop. I don't think I can make that one. Hey, stop. This one. I could make this one. Wait.
Give me a minute.
Yes, I can jump to this one.
I gotta find my tools because it's been an exceedingly long time since I've plumbed the depths on all my Elite Dangerous tools.
What about this? Is this any better? 3.6 million independent. It's in a boom state. This one's in a boom state as well. Industrial extraction. Oh, they're kind of the same. Doesn't really matter. I think
Rogie?
I can go to either one of these.
Yeah, it's Rogie that I was looking for. There is a site, and I'm trying to remember what the hell it was.
Ross?
That's Ross 1057?
I think you're thinking of Ross.
No,
On.
EDDB.
Yeah, EDDB has the Ross interface.
Yeah, if you go into system, you can plug in your system that you're currently in as a reference, and narrow it down by light years, and it will find you a system of whatever you're looking for. Literally exactly per your criterion. Give me verbatim your current system.
Hold on 1 second.
Or just paste it. That works too. But
I am currently in Aeritis Sector GB.
AERITIS. Okay.
Sector.
Is GB spaced after it?
It's a GB-X B1-0. Or if there was a way. Hold on.
Let me go over to your stream. I did not wrote that down correctly because I'm a bad.
Bring up current system in EDDB.
Displaying Aeritis Sector GB-XB1-0 in EDDB.
Hold on.
Okay.
This is where I'm at right now. That is awesome. Oh man. Is that tool not fucking awesome?
That is fucking spiff.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna stop my stream.